Hi everyone, it's Jessa and welcome back to another room build, aka one of my favourite videos to make. I've done a few of these recently, but this particular one, hands down, has to be my most favourite. Most favourite? My most... I don't know, it's my fave. Okay, so this is a room for a child or maybe a teenager who is aspiring to be an astronaut or just, generally has a fascination with space. This is so perfect for them. It's kind of this like dark room with lots of like modern technological things. Like it's got a lot of the Get to Work EP items because they're very like futuristic looking from the science career and stuff like that. So that's what I have used a lot of. I kind of did struggle with this actually. I had this idea, I thought it'd be like, I woke up and I was like, whoa, I've just had like a light bulb moment and I've just had the best idea. I'm gonna make this space themed room. It's gonna be sick. It's just gonna be so good. And then when I got into the game, I realised there's not actually as many space options as I had thought there were. So I don't know what that's about. So this did take me an hour to build, but I think nearly like 25% of the time was searching through the items, trying to find a specific item which I thought existed but didn't. Like, I don't even know how I did it. I don't know. I had this idea that I wanted the actual part of the room where the child will sleep to be separate from the room where he would, or she would, play some games, do some homework, chill, have fun. So I did do that and I separated it off with a curtain. Now, I haven't tested this, but I believe it should work. I believe you could walk through it. I don't see why you wouldn't. It'd be a bit strange if you didn't. This is The Sims 4. I feel like we've kind of gone past this like objects in the way sort of thing. So yeah, it should work. It should be fine. We'll have to hope. I don't know. Yeah, so that's what it's separated by. It took me a little bit of time to figure out. I was playing around a lot. Finally, I got one which I'm happy with, and I'm pretty satisfied. Yeah, that's the word. Sorry, I keep saying words, and then I'm like, that's not the right word, but it is the right word. I'm going crazy. So, yes. Also, I did something like interesting with move objects, and I don't know if I like it, and it won't sort of be shown until like the end of the video because it's one of the last things I did. But I wanted to do, like, I had this corner in the room where I was like, what do I put here? Like, there's so many, there's such a big space, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to put in. This is too hard. So I put in my own corner shelf by like move objects and putting the shelves in like the corner together. And I don't know, I liked it at the time. Now I'm starting to think about it and I'm like, oh, maybe it looks a little bit too cluttered because I displayed like the kids' space collection. So I put some aliens in a jar on there and I put some space rock. I don't really know how they might have obtained this space rock, but I mean, maybe from their dad or mum, who is also an astronaut, and they're sort of following in their footsteps. I mean, you could get them from a museum, I guess. Yeah, that would make sense. A museum, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I'm not sure if I like how it looks. Hopefully it doesn't look too over-cluttered and sort of just overcrowding in the room. Another problem I sort of have with that is that a lot of the display items don't actually click and sit on shelves, which is incredibly frustrating, and I don't understand why that is, but it's a thing. So I had to press Alt and 9 to like throw it up in the air. So the problem is with that is that when the walls are down, you're just going to have floating objects. So, I mean, it's slight problem, but it's not too much of a big deal. It's like if you're a person who sort of really gets frustrated by those things, then maybe it's not the best idea for you, and you could delete it if you did download this room. I mean, the chances are you probably won't, but you know. I really wanted to incorporate these light up trees, which I found I never knew existed, but it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so hard to delete those. But yeah, I think I've said pretty much everything I wanted to say about this room, so I really hope you enjoyed it. This is my favourite build I think I've ever done so far on the channel. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!